pretty damn good, wasn't it? This one will be very quick because I had an appointment at my neurologist today, get more Botox injected into Grindle because that's what helps the spasticity and the dystonia. What a joy. Gimping ain't easy. Some quick points I wanted to bring across before we start, though. This week on one of the soundtracks, you'll hear it. Kathleen helped me because what I did was I hooked up the theremin. I have a theremin either way, which means I have CV outs for pitch, volume, and gate. So I played with those while she actually manipulated the theremin. I'm going to explore this more. And speaking of being at the neurologist, I took advantage of the Caustic app on my phone to once again make another track for this. And I love Caustic. Like, I'm always amazed at what it did. So you can actually now, like, I recorded a snippet from the waiting room and then manipulate that sound to create the background atmospherics on that track. So Caustic, great app. If you're rocking an Android phone, which you should because no one should pay Apple prices, check out Caustic. It's a wonderful app. You can find it on the Google Play Store. And I think that's it. Oh, before I forget, we also get to see Claude and Lola perform at Shapeshifter Laugh this week. It was the first live show I've seen since the pandemic, and what a wonderful show to break that with. So good. Loved it. But anyways, watch out for the kaijus. Bye. Back again, and once again with the Tachikama nibs. I mean, I think it should be pretty evident by this point that I am absolutely in love with these nibs. It's taken a little bit to get used to them, but I don't see any of the complaints that I was reading that they're scratchy or unwieldy. That may also come down to the paper and the ink. I've actually had that happen quite a bit with different nibs and the way they react with ink. With the Daler Rowney acrylic ink, these things perform beautifully, so no objections from this end. I'm actually enjoying it. It is a little bit weird having, thin verticals and heavier horizontals. It's taking a little bit to get used to, but... And then for Baby, I wanted her to have her own hand style, so I studied somebody else's. Pretty obvious if you know this artist where I got her hand style from. But it was interesting to go from so-called, proper comic lettering into doing this stylized hand style. I had a lot of fun with that. I'll probably experiment a lot more with this in the future. And when I erased the pencil guidelines and was left with just the black and white ink drawings for this week's strip, I really liked the way it turned out. I may have to play around with sticking to black and white as I originally intended to do, but watercolors are just too much fun to, get lifted and play with. And with the light fading in and out, yeah, I was watching Vincent Price and House on Haunted Hill and did not want to ruin the ambience by turning on the overhead to get in the bright. So, sorry, but you know what? How many subscribers do I have? Under 20. Don't think I have to worry about it too much. But I love each and every one of you. I am seriously glad that even anybody's watching this, so thank you to all of you. I'll give you a hats off to that one. And I did really like how Baby and Algol turned out in this. I know that they keep on changing shape a little bit, but I remember reading, blanking on the guy's name, but anyways, one of my idols who created Pogo, and he was like, of course the characters change all the time. He goes, I'm pretty sure that Pogo doesn't actually look like a possum. And I wanted to carry over Baby's hand style on this, so that's how come you can see it in there. Originally I was gonna do like a big Celtic knot work for her in her fake crop circle, but Yeah, time got in the way plus the size. I would have to do a lot larger to actually get it in there. And once again, with the PBO masking fluid, keep on going back and forth between this and Winsor and Newton. It's just gonna happen. And I thought I was done with drawing UFOs, but, you know, looking up little kids' drawings of UFOs and then riffing off them is just way too much fun. If you're ever bored and looking for something to do, I recommend a left-handed cigarette and children's drawing of flying saucers. It's a good occupation. And this I had to slow down for a very specific reason right here. Oh, actually I thought he was coming in later. I'm not too sure why I didn't speed this one up. Good question. I think if we refer back to those left-handed cigarettes, we will shortly find the answer as to why I didn't speed this clip up. Normally I speed them up to 16 times just to get through them, but I missed out on this little bit. My bad. I am a bear of limited intelligence. What can I tell you? And there we go, back to it. Hopefully that wasn't too much of a distraction going on there. But you'll see it slow down again. And even though I know riding lawnmowers can lift up the mower and move to different things, I wanted to give the sense that they were all connected. There's one that's not connected, but we'll just say that baby lifted up the mowing blade on that one. She's a red panda. They are capable of very mystical feats. Oh, the interesting thing I learned, because I love watching documentaries on them and on the different animals, just to get a feeling for kind of their behavior and that type of thing. And apparently, red panda does not stink. Nope. This one that I saw where they were looking for them in the wild, this woman actually picked up the scat, smelled it, and was like, that's the sweetest scat I've ever smelled, because since they primarily live off bamboo and I think some bird eggs, there's a couple of little carnivorous things in there, but it's primarily bamboo. Their shit literally does not stink. You know baby's gonna bring that up quite a bit. Sybil may want to have a word with her. And I know I say it every week, Kathleen was picking on it. I keep hitting the schminkies, the soupy grayling, harder and harder just because I don't want the paper to buckle, but I'm just seeing how far I can push it to really get that effect going on. And as promised, there he is. Oh, Gojira! The funny thing is, that's the way that little bastard actually thinks of himself. He'll stare me down as if he's 10 feet tall. He'll stand there looking at me like, what are you gonna do about it, Gimp boy? The other strange thing that happened, and it wasn't this brush, it was the larger Chinese calligraphy brush. It's finally starting to lose its hairs. They're coming out. I tried picking them up off the background and I was like, screw it, just left them there. But then again, these brushes are so cheap, it doesn't really matter. I mean, for sustainability, I'd like them to last longer, but I mean, they're bamboo. I mean, except for baby eating them, I don't think you have too much to worry. And the amount of water that they hold is just beautiful. So I have not a ton of brushes, but I got a fair number of brushes, and it's strange that the cheap Chinese calligraphy brushes are the ones that I'm really loving right now. But we've seen that with the Winsor & Newton versus the PBO masking fluid. I'm probably going to change my mind every other day. What can I say? You know what I mean. I am the bear of limited intelligence. And I was joking with Kathleen that Maybe I should add a corgi, since when I try drawing red pandas, they end up looking like corgis. Maybe corgis and red pandas are connected in some way. We'll uncover, like, the mythical perspective that's been hidden for ages. And there, you could see the hairs that are embedded in the background coming off the brush. I just left them in there. It's more of that, embrace your accidents. And that's about it. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.